Ambassador, first off, thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
This traditional Bhangra dance was performed in Sarajevo also. How were the reactions of the audience, and how do you think the Bosnian Herzegovina citizens react to Indian culture?
You know, I was absolutely surprised really by the turnout in Sarajevo. It was last evening. There were over 200 people at the National Youth Theatre, and the applause just wouldn't die down. There was a standing room only space. There was no space. It was all full. So I was really very pleasantly surprised at that. And I think the Bosnia-Herzegovina people have appreciated our culture. This is obviously not the first and the only instance. I think we're going to have many more such shows. So we're really looking forward to that. Going by that reaction, I'm very sort of motivated to bring more troops to Bosnia-Herzegovina.
How much of the people of India do you think know of Bosnia and Herzegovina and our culture?
Unfortunately, not much. Not much because of the distance. I think people have not really traveled too much. So they know a lot of Europe, but Bosnia-Herzegovina is sort of off the map as of now. But that's my job to try and change it. Both ends. You have an embassy also there which is working hard. I know the ambassador in Delhi, and I'm sure he's doing his best. And so that's our job as ambassadors in both countries, to try and bring the people together.
Okay. Could you tell us something a bit more about the relationship and the cooperation between the Republic of India and our country?
We have cooperation in many fields. In fact, all the fields that normally two countries have, we have cooperation. We have trade, commerce, we have visits. Your former Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister visited India just 2 years back. We are looking at some visits from the Indian side to come to Sarajevo. So we are having, at that level, we are having these cultural exchanges. This troop has come, and as I said, this will not be the only one. There are going to be more coming in. So our collaboration also extends in the international sphere. So at the United Nations, at other fora like that, both countries collaborate quite closely. So we have good collaboration at all the levels. But all that needs to be increased, because the trade is too low at the moment. There's a lot of scope for increase. These cultural exchanges are also far between, similarly the visits. So we need to speeden things up, and that's what our job is to try and do.
In which areas does the Republic of India plan to invest in Bosnia and Herzegovina, if it's not a secret?
No. We are focusing on, because now a lot of Indian companies are looking at investing at any areas that offer profitable opportunities. So one is, of course, the tourism sector, which is an obvious case, because I myself was seeing the drive from Sarajevo to Mostara. I mean, it's a fascinating, lovely, scenic drive. So I think it needs to be explained. If these opportunities are told to the Indian investors, I'm sure they'll just come in and sort of grab whatever chances they can get. So it's a question of getting the information across. Funds are available with Indian investors, and they're looking at opportunities. So it's getting that information across, and then you can see the difference it will make.
Well, your country does not have an embassy here. Can we expect soon one to open?
You know, it doesn't have an embassy for different reasons. The biggest reason, which you may be surprised to know, is our lack of manpower in the foreign service. We're very small as a foreign service. So we really don't have the people to even put in different stations. So we are really cramped in that sense because of that. But there's a big scheme of increasing the intake of people. So by the time that sort of translates to actually having diplomats ready and trained on the ground, is going to take a few years. But obviously Bosnia-Herzegovina is there on one of our priorities of countries that will be open. But when that will be open depends on when we are able to have our infrastructure in place to open it.
Yeah. And before we end, do you have any plans for the future regarding cooperation with our country?
Yes, the next plan is to sort of do a business seminar. I'm planning not one, maybe 2 or 3, depending on different areas. I've been talking to the people, and I will be fixing up events explaining the possibilities that India offers and for collaboration this, and more cultural events. So these two are surely top of the agenda.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.